I was proud of how hard we played. Big point of emphasis was rebounding coming into this game, and we did what we needed to there. They just did such a good job of taking us out of our offense, rushing us into shots, forcing some turnovers down the stretch when we needed to get some shots off. But I am incredibly thankful for this group that I got to coach. They did exactly what we said we were going to do, which was get Tennessee back into the top 25. They bought in, they played hard, they've been a joy to coach. God blessed me to be able to coach this group. I am thankful for them. And any success that we have at Tennessee from here on out is because of this team.
We'll go to the aisle. Mm-hmm.
Cora Hall with the Knox News Sentinel. For both Samara and Ruby, if you could answer, you were two players who decided to transfer to Tennessee last year and take a chance on Kim's first season. Just what do you feel like you gave to this program to help establish that foundation, and kind of what is this season under Kim meant for you guys?
I would say what I've given to this program is energy and effort. Like, we hone on a lot. Tenacity, I would say. Just somebody who's always willing to go the extra mile for her teammates. And it's meant a lot to me to play for Coach Kim, especially this being her first year at the University of Tennessee. I think that we really did something special, and I really think that we put Tennessee back on the map. And I'm glad that our group got to do it for her first year, and I'm excited to see what the future holds for them.
Left aisle.
Beacon. Ruby, just what does this season mean for the momentum of this program, especially with it being Coach's first season?
Yeah, I mean, it means everything. Right now, this is just year one of playing this style of basketball, and I feel like, showed the world what it can be, how great it can be. And like they said, it all started because of the seniors, and everything we do from here on out will be because of them.
Far right.
Wesley Branch, USA Today Network. For both of you, a lot has been made all season of how you guys play, of course, both of you being transfers in this system for the first year. How would you describe your experience in Coach Caldwell's system?
I really enjoyed it, honestly. I can remember back to AAU days when we used to play full court press the whole entire game, and that was really fun. Haven't had that much excitement in a really long time playing basketball.
Yeah, it was definitely a challenge. But for the most part, like, it's just been a very, very fun experience. The hard times, the fun times, like, you got to take it all, and it's been great.
To the right.
Thomas Ashworth with AL.com. Just for both of you guys, just looking back, what was maybe your first impression of Coach Caldwell, just looking all the way back, and what do you feel like you've learned about her this season just as a person and a coach?
I would say my first impression of her, I mean, her resume presumes she's a winner. And, you want to be coached by somebody who has that ability to be able to win at each level that they go to. And the fact that she, did what she did at Marshall and did what she did at Glenville State, I mean, it just showed that, it would be possible at Tennessee. Not a lot of people thought that it would be possible in the first year, but we came and, we helped her do that. And I think that it was really special.
Yeah, I think my first impression, I already said, like, she's just a dog. First time being on the phone, she didn't say much. She just got straight to the point. And I ain't really talk as much. She just told me what she wanted to do and then pretty much hung up on me. So,
To the aisle.
For both you guys, something with this system, it requires everybody to be bought in, like, fully. You can't go halfway. You can't give 75%. You have to fully buy in. For both of you, what is it about, Coach, that makes you guys want to buy in, that gets the whole team to buy into this?
I mean, she just really only asked of two things, energy and effort. And, a lot of coaches, they ask you to do a lot of things here, a lot of things there. And, sometimes it's just not really possible, but it's controllable for you to give energy and effort. And for her, that's just the biggest thing. That's all she really wants from us. And I think that a coach who believes in you to be able to do that and doesn't really want anything but that, I think that that's what Coach Kim is.
Yeah, 100% agree. I think the way we play, everybody has to be bought in, and you really can't take a play off. One person takes a play off, and it's just a breakdown. But if you have energy and you have that effort, you scramble out of it, and we scramble out of it well. So just like she said, just being bought in and just giving it your all.
We're going to go to Zoom and take a question from Maria.
Cornelius, 247 Sports, Tennessee. Ruby, I know this was your first NCAA tournament since you came here to Tennessee. It's not how you wanted it to end, but what was this experience like for you for your first time in the big dance?
Yeah, it was a very, very fun experience. I couldn't imagine going into it with any other team, with any other coaches. They pushed me to be the best, and I feel like I've grown more as a player in this one short year than I have in years. And so it's just a very special experience, and I'm very grateful to be here.
Our final question comes from Ryan on Zoom.
Ryan Sylvia of our report. Ruby, you have a chance to come back next year. What do you think you guys need to do to take that next step and get to an Elite Eight or a Final Four?
I just think that with all of our incoming players, especially our freshmen, just getting them bought in early, pouring into them, stepping up and being more of a leader is going to be really important for the upperclassmen next year, because we've learned this system and now it's time for us to kind of teach our newcomers so that we can get to it faster. Now that we've kind of learned this system, I feel like it's going to be a lot easier for us to just go into the season with that, with that level of comfortability, like we're safe, you know what I'm saying? We know what we're doing, and just try to pour into the newcomers.
Okay, ladies, thank you. You're dismissed.
Thanks.
We'll start on the aisle to the left.
Jack Church with the Daily Beacon. Just what did this first season mean to you as a coach, and what it mean for, I saw you spoke to Danny White after the game. What did it mean for someone like him to believe in you going into the season and to win immediately?
Yeah, for someone like him to believe in me means the world, and I will spend every day trying to prove him right. I spent a lot of this season, and we as a team spent a lot of the season of trying to prove a lot of people wrong, but I think when you reframe it, you got to prove the people that believed in you right.
To the front, right?
Cassandra Negley, Yahoo Sports. They had kind of touched on it coming in next year and being able to teach a new group. How big of a leap is that in the second year when you have a team that's bought in and can pass it on?
It's so much better. It's so much easier for the players that have done it once to do it again. Everyone's second year is usually their better year, and people always ask, well, how long does it take to figure it out? Sometimes it takes a year, and so all of our returners should be better, and then we'll have more coaches on the floor. You won't be having to teach 15 players a completely new brand of basketball.
On the aisle.
Cora Hall, Knox News Sentinel. Kim, you said in your opening statement that any success that Tennessee has, in your tenure will be, credit to the senior class this season. Just what do you feel like they gave you that, impacted the program so much and helped set that foundation?
I think they gave me everything they had. Every single ounce of anything that they had, I think they gave it for this program.
Left aisle.
Abby Halpin, USA Today. Coach, how do you think your full court pressure helped? What worked about it today, and how do you think it helped swing the momentum, especially in the third quarter when it was a super close game and it was loud in there?
Yeah, I think that the majority of our runs came off of effort plays, and those were good. And then we had a little period there, I think it was midway towards the end of the third, maybe beginning of the fourth, I can't quite remember when, where they were missing some layups because they were a little fatigued, but we just didn't capitalize on it.
Very back.
Yeah, Coach, Mike Vopel from ESPN.com. What made it so hard just offensively? Obviously, it's Texas's defense, but were there certain things they were doing that really slowed you down from the type of offense you usually like to have?
They did a really good job of taking Jewel Spear and Talasia Cooper out of the game. They did a good job of being in their gap, so we turned the ball over late down the stretch. They just rushed our shots. I think the whole first quarter we were playing a little bit too fast, a little bit sped up. Maybe that was nerves, but you have to give them credit. That's one of the best defenses in the country. And we got some open looks. We just didn't hit them.
To the right.
Hey, Coach, Thomas Ashworth at AL.com. A lot of really rich athletic history at Glenville State, and a lot of really good coaches and athletes coming from that area of West Virginia. Just can you talk about maybe representing that area, just on the sport's highest stage in the Sweet 16 with a program like Tennessee?
Yeah, I love West Virginia. I'm proud to be a West Virginian. I am very appreciative of my roots, and I coached in a small one spotlight town, not a whole lot there. Very blue collar. It's built who I am as a coach. I will always be a West Virginian. I will always love the people that are there. There are so many people in that state that helped me get here, and without them, and I can't go through the list, but they know who they are. Without them, I wouldn't be here.
On the right aisle.
Just when you kind of reflect on, what this team became in March, I know before this game you wanted, the way you guys played against Ohio State, and I'm sure the way you played tonight to be kind of what you remember about, the way you guys ended this season. What excites you about the foundation you feel like you've built this season?
Yeah, I think the foundation is set, and again, it's off of this team. This team has laid the foundation, and that was important, and that was selfless. And we would have loved to get one more win. We would have loved to gone to the Elite Eight, but we didn't. And so we have a good class coming in. We have a few pieces to fill, and then it will just hopefully be smoother sailing in the preseason, trying to teach everything next time around.
With Tess and Sarah having spent their entire college career here, Tess for 5 years, just what do those two mean to the program, and what did you learn from them this season?
Yeah, they're selfless players, and they wanted to do it for Tennessee. They wanted to make it to the Elite Eight because it's something that hasn't been done since they have been here. Again, we didn't meet that goal, but you two players that just want it for other people and that are selfless, you don't get players like that very often.
Our final two questions will come on Zoom. We'll start with Sean.
Hi, Sean, Coach from Sean Schultz from W Swish. One of the highlights of the game was seeing baby Connor there at the game. What did it mean to you to have your son there, even though he won't remember, and the support of your family this year and being able to do what y'all did?
Yeah, I think personally the support of my family is unmatched. My husband has stepped up big. It's been a tough year. It's hard to have a baby in the middle of basketball season. I really don't recommend it. So my mom has come. She has stayed. She has helped. You don't always get to pick your parents. You do get to pick your spouse. But I got lucky enough to have help through this journey, through this process. And when you have to miss a game and sit on the couch with your 2-day-old son, and for him, this is the first game he got to come to, was special. But I appreciate the administration at Tennessee, my team, my support system, that we could make it through the year, and everything was a blessing. I know that there are coaches that coach through things that are not blessing, the sickness and deaths and all of those things, and I got to coach through blessing after blessing with the team that I love. But it meant a lot to have him here, and I appreciate every single person that helped me through this season.
Our final question comes from Maria.
Coach, this will always be your first team at Tennessee, and I know after a loss that ends the season, it's an emotional locker room, but what did you say to this team after the game?
Yeah, I told them exactly what I told you. I told them to keep their heads up. I told them that I am proud of them, that I am thankful for them. I know for a fact that God put this team together because this is the team that we needed to have. These are the people that I needed to have in my life, and we needed each other. Tess also said the same thing. And I thanked them, and I told them that any success that we have going forward is because of them. And they can be former Lady Vols, and they can cheer us on, and they can know that they helped build the foundation, and they set the tone, and they set what it was. And so they have a lot to be proud of year one. It hurts. It's always hard when you have people whose career just ended, and it's always a tough locker room. But again, I'm beyond proud of them. We hit some failure towards the last half of the season, and we let failure be a learning tool for us. We didn't quit. We didn't hang our heads. I do think we got better from losing 3 of our last 4 games. And there's not a lot of teams that would have the resilience to get better and learn from that, and they did. And they've just progressed so much from the time I started coaching them to now. I think they're better humans. I think they're tougher mentally, better basketball players, and so they have no reason to hang their head.